I'm Krisztina Tora. I'm a managing director at GSG Impact. GSG Impact is a nonprofit organization. Our mission is to help build impact economies all around the world. And so at the moment, we represent 46 countries that have joined us on this journey and have already created new institutions that help really change at a system level how their economies work through policy and through new financial vehicles so that more money can flow towards social and environmental impact. So I'm really passionate about creating impact and changing the system in the world. And it is now my second year as a board member of MPG. I discovered MPG through a work connection. And I was really eager to join the board, and I'm really happy that I did that. It's a fantastic organization, and I have been truly impressed by the work it does. There's so many things that can be said about how MPG is amazing and delivering impact. I first want to put it into the context of today. The work that MPG does to build more inclusive societies where everyone, every single person, no matter where they come from, can fully participate and be fully included and have a voice, that really matters. And it matters more than ever, because when we see that democracy is under pressure, where what we took for granted for a long time, equal opportunities and fairness, are being attacked by all sorts of stakeholders, and that respect for human rights is not a priority anymore, this is the time when an organization like MPG is needed more than ever. The second thing is that MPG is also working at a systemic level, and that's how, there is a big connection between what I do in my day job and my position as a board member, because MPG works at a policy level, brings evidence for policymakers to really understand these topics, and provides advice and guidance to improve how policies are being done, to be really inclusive, to leave no one behind, for migrants of all backgrounds, and on many other topics as well. Empowering civil society organizations as well on these topics. So really working with a very large range of stakeholders. That's something super unique about MPG. It has so many partners, from research organizations to grassroots civil society organizations and community-based organizations, to decision makers at the EU level, working with foundations, with other experts, networks of all sorts. And this is a unique richness that this organization has and is able to leverage to deliver its work. So that's a really important, I think, asset from MPG. And why it stands out from my perspective is because it's an independent, trusted voice that can really talk to policymakers, to researchers, and can bring out the right kind of evidence that is needed in these specific times around these issues, but also very human-centered. One of the programs that I was most interested or impressed by was the New Europeans program. And within that program, there are many components, but one of the aspects, or one of the initiatives that I was most touched by is where they work with young refugees and help them be better embedded in democracy, but really kind of giving them the voice and working with them as leaders. So empowering young migrant leaders to be the leaders for their own communities in our countries in Europe. So I think that's truly like a good representation of the kind of work that MPG does, both connecting the the thinking, the evidence-based, the policy making, but also with very concrete projects that are delivered with the communities, with the people who really would benefit from the support of the policies and the actions that the decision makers can take to improve inclusion, to improve cohesion and participation in our democracies, so that we are really truly diverse and inclusive as communities. I truly believe that that's fundamental. It was already fundamental. It's even more fundamental today to, instead of creating divides, really building bridges, building understanding of the differences that exist, and understanding and acceptation of those differences. First of all, it's a happy anniversary, because 30 years is a very impressive anniversary. I don't know many other organizations that can celebrate 30 years of existence and of kind of keeping the track and keeping in a way fighting for what they believe in. So it's really something to take stock, to celebrate. I also hope that this celebration is an opportunity for more people to discover the work of MPG and to support the work of MPG. As I said, it's a very challenging context, both in terms of, let's say, what is happening in societies, but also in terms of the work of these kinds of organizations. It's incredibly difficult, more and more difficult, to find the right kind of support, the right kind of funding that will allow these organizations to go forward. And if we don't support these organizations, they will disappear. And so will the legacy and all of the work around supporting democracies to stay strong and still be there for us when we need democracies to protect us. And to make us thrive as citizens. So I think that that's I would say the next challenge, or my wish is that I really hope that foundations and other supporters, maybe individuals, can come in and join us as supporters of MPG to ensure that it can still deliver the amazing work that it has been doing. And frankly, I have to say, with so little. It's truly, and that's one thing that has really impressed me, is the amount of work and impact that an organization can create with so little resources. So can you imagine what it could do with so much more?